Hello, today I will be talking about Stranger Things Season 5, Volume 1. I want to talk about all the characters, what their arcs are, and what I think their futures will be. If you disagree, you agree, or you have your own opinions, let me know in the comments. And I will be starting right now with. I'm going to start with 11. 11 is a cool character. I always thought she was great. I can't wait to see what she does this season. But I will say, I hope they don't go the full Hopper and L route. Like the I'm your father, I want you to live kind of thing. Like, I don't want Hopper to be blocking 11 when she tries to do anything that might be too dangerous. Because as much as I love Hopper and I understand where he's coming from, he has to understand that 11 is their best shot at beating Vecna. And even and him blocking her development is what may end up killing somebody in the later season. And speaking about Hopper, let me go talk on Joyce. Joyce is I understand where she's coming from with Will, especially since he was gone and almost killed in the first season, and he's pretty much almost died every other one. So I understand why she's protective of him, but she has to understand that Will is growing up, being overprotective. While granted, she has the right to be, will end up hurting him and ruining their relationship more than it will keeping him safe. And Will has probably had the most development out of everyone in the show so far, as in he's learned to accept himself for who he is and what he likes. And I hope that they don't ruin it for him. Especially because when he saw Robin with Vicky in the hospital scene, that was kind of like that had been the confirmation that he needed to start understanding what he truly wanted from Mike. Because, like people have been saying, it's the 80s. No one is openly accepted of gay people yet. And Will had been trying to suppress his feelings for Mike, not wanting to admit that he was gay. Like, he didn't want to admit. Like, he was scared of being rejected by everyone. But knowing that Robin was gay and she was accepted, to start giving him room to grow, and especially with speech to Robin, especially from the speech Robin gave him about Tammy. About how Tammy was an eye opener about how she needed to accept herself. And the thing is about Mike and Will or Byler, I'll be honest, I don't see it happening because it's just so. I don't see it happening. I'm not saying it can't happen because the only way I see Byler happening is 11 dies, they time scale, and they get together. That's the only way I can see it happening. But like Will and Mike's relationship is so important to Will, but not to Mike's character. Like Will's whole thing and Robin, like Robin coming out to Steve was like a big moment for her because that proved that she trusted Steve, that she trusted that Steve was someone she could keep the secret with. And Robin just kind of caught on to what Will was going through. With Will and Mike, Will wants to be accepted by Mike, but he also understands that Mike loves 11 more than everything else that he knows. So how I think Byron will end or how I think Mike and Will's relationship is going to end. I think will either at the end of the show, if they both survive, Will either tell Mike, thanks for believing in me, and then just walk away and never tell Mike the truth, or he'll tell Mike that he likes him. Mike will be like, Will, I don't know what to say, and then he'll Will cut him off and say, no need to worry about that. I get it. I just wanted to let you know. And then he'll walk off and do whatever Will's do after the end of the show. And Mike, I'm not gonna be honest with you. If I'm gonna be honest with you, I think Mike might end up being a sacrifice prey. Wait, I think it's either gonna be for 11 or Holly. I'm also glad they put him back in kind of like the leadership role, because season 4 was good, but the California art just kind of slowed it down. They were just kind of there for 11, so they didn't really do much with the character. So I do think that will be like Mike's big moment in season 5, but we'll just have to wait and see. Let's see. Ooh, I need to talk about Dustin. Dustin is a character who is grieving, and I've seen a lot of people defend him for what he's doing. I'm just gonna come out and say it's not right what he's doing. Don't get me wrong. Now besmirching Eddie to the audience and the people who know him is wrong. Yes, because he didn't do it. But to everyone else, you gotta understand. Chrissy was found dead in his place. Weird stuff happened to him. Patrick, you can't really blame on Eddie because that was just kind of everywhere. But these people have evidence and right to believe that Eddie killed Chrissy. And also, it's not like these kids are, it's not like the bullies are bullying Dustin because he's just kind of there. Dustin is poking the bear, like he's coming in with the Hellfire shirt. He's walking around, he's fighting back, which I'm not saying he shouldn't do, but they're not. If he wasn't poking the bear with the stick, this wouldn't be an issue. And also taking it out on everyone else isn't what's going to make it better for him. People defended Dustin by saying that his fans are being bad because obviously he needs help. But the thing is, Dustin doesn't want help. He wants to feel bad. He wants to be upset because that's what he thinks. He wants to be angry because that's what he thinks Eddie would want. That's how he thinks he should feel because he's grieving. And Steve is trying to tell him this isn't what you should do. If you have problems, you should talk it out with people. You should try to feel better. Eddie died. Yes, it's sad. But that shouldn't mean the end of your life, your relationships because of it. So I think that's what Steve is trying to get Dustin to understand. And whether Steve dies to get Dustin to understand that fully is something we'll see on Christmas, I believe. And let's see. Okay, here we go. The love triangle between Steve, Jonathan, and Nancy. Don't care for it. Don't want it. From what I see going through right now is that I'm on more on Steve's side than I am Jonathan's in terms of like who's in the right. Because although like if I was in Nancy's position after their family got attacked and they were in the hospital, I wouldn't want flowers. But at the same time, I wouldn't be attacking Steve by saying that he deserves, by saying that he's actively trying to get at Nancy. What I'm saying is that I hope they don't go the full route. I don't think Stancy's happening. I think it's either gonna be Jancy or Nancy by herself, especially if they keep going with the way they are. And also, Nancy, if I remember correctly, doesn't know about Jarvis' choice for college or workforce, whatever it is. So I hope they just let Nancy be Nancy and have her time in the sun, because she's been blaming herself for the family being attacked because she could have told them. But at the same time, I don't blame her because no one's told their families about what's happening so far. No one has told anyone about anything. So it's like you can't really blame Mike and Nancy without, unless you plan to blame anyone else. Because this could have happened to anyone in the show. This is literally what happened to Max. So also Max. Look, Max, I know you've been running a lot, but if I saw my exit coming up right now, I'm sprinting as fast as I can. I'm not walking. I'm not doing that so dramatic walk that they do. Also, her finding Holly was exactly what I think I wanted to see so bad. And I also know that the scene with her and Lucas getting hunted by the demo dogs or gorgons, whatever which one it is. I hope they both. I know Max will always make it. Yeah, they're both gonna make it because Max just has to wake up, and there's no way they get Lucas. They get Max out, but not Lucas. And Lucas, I don't really have much to speak on Lucas. He's always been cool. He's always been kind of like the silent kid who knows what he needs to do, especially since he's black. So he needs to kind of be on the upper end of things. Well, what am I talking about? I don't have much to say on Lucas. Great character. I hope he survives. That's all I got for him. Let me see. Is that all I have to say? That's everything I got for y'all today. You want me to talk about anything else? Want me to talk about Volume 2 after it comes out? Leave it in the comments, and I'll see you there. And I'll post another video on it. Bye bye. Trying to get famous. Peace.